Young, welcome to the show. It's Taylor the Faded, where we break down the bets. No need to debate it. From the spreads to the odds, we got the insight. Tune in, lock in, we keep it real tight. Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned vet, we got the picks that'll help you win the bet. From the court to the field, we analyze the game. Taylor the Faded, remember the name.
Boom shakalaka.
Explosions.
You know what I'm saying?
Revelry. So we bring it to y'all. Good morning, everybody. Taylor the Faded, man. Week 18, last week of the season. Time to, have our last swing at the full gamut of teams. Going forward, there will be a truncated schedule. And just to say this, me personally, I prefer playoff gambling football. This it's truncated. The stars usually do what the stars do, and if you can manipulate the book a little bit, there's always some money to be made as long as you can go about it the right way. There's some strategy, of course.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, playoff sports in general, like baseball, basketball, there's consistency that you can find in playoffs, just because everybody's playing with purpose, which isn't the case in the regular season, especially in football, basketball. All it takes is two people not to give a shit, and that's going to just torpedo everything. There's
exactly
90 to 100% give a shitness in playoff sports.
yeah, exactly. And also, the other thing is that what you can always guarantee in the playoffs is that there'll always be that one person you weren't thinking of. And a lot of times in playoff sports, if you can, especially in gambling specifically, if you can identify that one person that the odds were really good at that nobody else, and you can get them before everybody else gets them, then you do well. And it's not always in the playoffs. I'll give you a perfect example of that. Last week in the 49ers game,
this motherfucker here, man.
Yeah. I was looking at Ricky Pearsall, and the previous week he had a bunch of targets, didn't get a lot of receptions. I'm like, is Purdy leaning towards making this dude number 2? Because Debo's not getting a lot of targets as far as in the field right now. It's like Jawan's number 2 and Pearsall is number 3. So there's this thing called a ladder that they do in gambling. We can give you a lesson on it another day. But basically what it is you take a specific stat like catches, yards, points, assists, rebounds, whatever it is for whatever sport it is, and you put a bet on each notch of the ladder for that stat. In this particular case, what I did, because I just felt like he might cook, is I laddered 3 catches to 7 catches, and I laddered 30 yards to 80 yards. Man, oh man, and he hit every single one of those motherfuckers. And then in one moment, I understood why people do ladders. They, like, right then, I was like, because I've never been successful. Every ladder I've ever tried, I sucked at.
Like, if you'd have just threw on for the hell of it, like a first touchdown, like
I had him for any time. The first would have been crazy.
Yeah,
the first would have been insane.
He probably would have been at least 20 or more.
Nigga, if I would have had a first, I might be talking to you with palm trees behind me. This shit might have been different last week, bro. But yeah.
Not. I got this FU money that Ricky Pearsall was used to my advantage.
Yeah, man. But we got a few for y'all this week. We kept it light because the books are trash. That's the best way we can say it.
So there are more lines that should be available that just aren't right now. Like, I would have thrown something in for Mike Evans to get 85 receiving yards per his incentive, but the only line was like 92 or something like that. Either way,
right? There are no alts. There are not a lot of alternate lines, which is what you'll see us play a lot.
Not a lot of like player prop lines. Like for the Tennessee Houston game, there's no Russian props.
There's none.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So we're coming to you early, closer to game time. Some of these lines and books may open up, but unfortunately, we got to give it to y'all when we're available.
Yeah.
But in the spirit of thinking about things that you may not have thought about, my first little touchdown 2-pack is this. So Tanner McKee is starting for the Philadelphia Eagles, and realistically, any Philadelphia Eagles quarterback is a good bet for an anytime touchdown. They have shown that they're going to do the push regardless of who the quarterback is, and this is just how it's going to be. The other thing that made me feel good about this is that Tanner McKee's line for any time before I went to sleep last night, when I did not put the bet in, as I was just thinking about the bet, was plus 500. As you can see, when I woke up this morning, it was plus 380. So I like that. I just like it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and play that straight if you don't mind. Go ahead, Ty.
The fact about this one is I will take Tanner McKee because I previously didn't, but I did have the same Carson Wentz thoughts that you did. And I probably did this, I want to say 7, 8 a.m. this morning, and it was 10-1. So it already dropped from I did it when you did it.
So if you put these together quickly, because I doubted it'll be 49-40 altogether, but you get 50-1 with these two. The Broncos are playing for their lives out there, and the Chiefs are just there.
Right, but Carson's auditioning.
But I'm about to say, but Carson's playing for a job, and you always love these quarterbacks in these situations where he's playing for a job. I actually, the prop that I wanted, the prop that I really, really wanted was Carson Wentz 2 touchdowns. I wanted that prop, but it wasn't available. I couldn't find it. Like there are only Bo Nix passing props in the in FanDuel as of right now.
When we get off of here, I'm doing a Tanner McKee Carson Wentz first touchdown parlay.
I like that. When we get off here, we're doing that. Matter of fact, nope, we're not even waiting because I'm gonna wait and then forget.
And then the line is going to change. You know what? You're not wrong.
Nope. We're gonna do that in real time. Whilst, because I have a few more than you today, but I want to make sure we get into this one for you because I like it a lot.
Yeah. So J.K. Dobbins, his incentive, like he gets more money if he gets over 58 yards today. And ordinarily I would have just took him
for 60,
but it wasn't available. So I took him for the 68.5. Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, if nothing else, get a crap ton of targets. We hit on them. Maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yep.
550 for both of them. So yeah, again, the odds. I mean, the options are not as plentiful as they typically are. But based on what was available, this seemed like a smart play. I think it was maybe 5.5-1.
Yeah, 540, 548. I feel like this is the 10 yards over the 60 doesn't bother me. If it was like if they had it set at like 70 something, I probably don't take this.
Agreed.
68.5 when he's looking for 60. I can live with the deference in there. That doesn't bother me as much.
Excuse me.
So yeah, Brock Bowers over. Ladd McConkey over, J.K. Dobbins over. All 2 receiving props, 1 rushing prop. Here are my favorites of the day, just because these 2 teams are actually playing for something, and Carolina just seems to want to be a pain in the ass.
531-1. Tanner McKee and Carson Wentz.
I only got one in. I didn't get to it all the way in yet because I was talking. But yeah, wow.
A long ass walk for 4 quarters, baby.
And we're gonna try and take it, buddy. That's for sure. We're gonna try and take it. Yeah. So don't be like us though, y'all. Like this is crazy what we're doing right now. We ain't got no business over here.
But listen, like I said, it's 500-1. Put a quarter on it. Put 25 cents on it and win $100.
Yeah, 2 bits. You talk about 4 quarters. So you take 2 bits into the hundreds. We used to waste quarters on Street Fighter, nigga. That ain't about nothing.
Right.
That ain't about nothing at all.
What's interesting about it is when I put in just a solo Carson Wentz first touchdown bet this morning, it was 39-1, and it dropped down to 37.
Listen, 531-1, my guy. You ain't ever got to twist my arm on that. And I'm throwing 50. And I'm gonna throw $1 on each of them straight, just in case one or does something and the other doesn't. But okay, cool. Now, first game that I have here, I have a 4-pack. I don't usually do this like this. Usually I like to keep 1 touchdown per game to give you the option to do round robins and so on and so forth. But these are the 2 games that I think will be the most normal games on the schedule, at least for Tampa Bay, and for Atlanta. Now, I have Adam Thielen on here for a touchdown just simply because Adam Thielen's been fucking cooking. And and I'm just very upset with myself because I just haven't won enough money off of this because he's been cooking for 4 weeks straight. So, and the Carolina Panthers have been not had anything to play for, but they out there just trying to ruin people's seasons. And if I'm not mistaken, Atlanta needs to win this game, and they need the Tampa Bay loss as well, and some other help, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, Atlanta will be playing this game all the way to the tilt, and Carolina will be doing their best to play spoiler. Adam Thielen is their best weapon on offense, and he's been in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken, 3 of the last 4 games, and he had 2 last week. So yeah, I like that. Drake London and Adam Thielen. Bijan is my favorite touchdown on here, but he is minus 310 last time I checked for a touchdown. Jeez, so he is kind of getting into that unfuckwittable range where it's just like, bro, I'm gonna just take you for 2, and that's the only prop I'm gonna play for you because
we'll take him for 2.
Because 1 is an absolute waste of your money.
Or just leave him off. Period. Because if the odds are that high for him to get 1 and he does not get 1, it's only going to
it's just going to make you very angry. In the Tampa Bay game, I like Bucky Irvin and I like Mike Evans. I battled with this though because I like the kid McMillan that's coming in on the other side of it. He had a really good game last week. 2 touchdowns, like 80+ yards, 7 to 8. He had a great game. So he clearly Baker's getting comfortable with him. Mm-hmm. Cade Otton, I haven't checked the injury report. I'm not sure if he's playing, but did cash that backup tight end who you said I've never heard of this motherfucker. We heard him that week because he scored. Yeah. So I promise y'all, I do a little bit of research. I'll just be up here talking. So you have Drake London and Adam Thielen as by itself is 423. It's 4-1. Mm-hmm. Just those 2. You add in Bucky Irvin and Mike Evans, and you bring this entire ticket to 1359. Bucky Irvin and Mike Evans, if you just want to play them straight and you're not confident in the top ticket, that's still just about 2-1. So you have options with this. You can split this, mix and match. If you want to leave Thielen off or leave London off, however you go, I like these 4 as a unit, though. That is where I'm at with that.
Yeah, no, I co-sign all those things. Like you said, Thielen's been hotter than fish grease in hell lately. And Mike Evans is going to get the ball just as much as humanly possible. Yeah.
Now, Mike what's crazy about it is that Mike Evans has lower odds to score a touchdown than the running back in this game. Like, I think Bucky Irvin was plus 100 and Mike Evans was minus 120, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna know he gonna get this rock a lot today.
Yeah, it's kind of, and like once Godwin went down, it's just like healthy Mike Evans is getting 10 targets every game, if not more.
Because I didn't do one for the Bucks game, but if you did a single game with Bucky Irvin and Mike Evans, it wouldn't be a horrible thing if you wanted to add Marquez Valdez-Scantling, just because he has an incentive to get 1 touchdown and he'll get like 6 figures added to his salary this year. The only caveat
with this incentive research, I love it, bro. You don't get that everywhere.
That is Spencer Rattler is his quarterback.
It's Spencer Rattler,
yeah.
That's the caveat.
Yeah. Oh no, bro. My next ticket is all incentive based.
Oh yeah. All right, real quick. Quarterbacks who need to win and quarterbacks who are trying to prove things. Jaden Daniels wants to be the rookie of the year. I think he has it, but he'll toss that rock around a little bit today in the first half just for fun. Baker needs that game. He'll ball. Bo Nix needs that game, and Kansas City is sending out the D squad. So I like this at 4-1. Each of these quarterbacks to throw 2 touchdowns. I usually go like specific touchdowns, but I've been having a little bit of luck on these. Joe Burrow kind of shit at me last night.
Us.
But I've been eating all Joe Burrow crazy for like 4 weeks straight, though. It has to end at some point. That's one thing you always know.
That 3 touchdown shit just seemed like money in the bank.
Yeah.
All good things.
At some point, it all becomes, if it looks too easy, it is. But I like these here. Like I said, my reasoning is simply because Baker and Bo need it and Jaden wants it. And just those 2 things alone, I think, are good enough.
Not to mention the inferior talent, like, they're going to be playing bench people.
Yeah. Especially in that Kansas City game. Like, I don't know that Kansas City is going to send a starter out there in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I'll let you. But this is Ty's ticket, which is appears to be very incentive laden. Let me just take some guesses here. Sure. Walk us through this, Ty.
Like people have it in their contracts where if you do XYZ, you'll get 6-7 figures added to your salary for the year. I saw 2 of them with Zach Ertz. One of them had him needing 9 catches for 90 yards, and the other one had him needing 5 catches for like 50 some. So there was this one for it. Both of them also said 2 touchdowns. So if you want to, I do have him on because he got 2 touchdowns last week.
He did. He did have 2 touchdowns last week.
He needs 50 yards and 1 rushing TD to get his incentive. The Russian TD prop wasn't available when I did this, but still wanted to make sure we got that on there.
And that's a 425 game, so keep checking that book. It will change.
Sutton, he needs 82 receiving yards to hit his incentive, and thankfully they had him at 81.5. Now there are others, as I mentioned earlier today. Tony Pollard, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 107. Geno Smith, 186 in the W. That's passing. Von Miller needs a sack. But these 4 all feel doable. They all happen. It's 11-1. That's you put $5-10 on that. That alone is a good day.
I mean, Kyler Murray can get that in one play.
Right.
Like one breakdown and Kyler Murray's gone.
Are financially incentivized to get these numbers. And if I know it, then you're damn sure
they know it for sure.
The team knows it and they want to help them do it. So yeah.
All right. My obligatory wait a minute, that's not it. Here it is.
Yeah, that looks just like mine.
This here is the game I like the most. These are not necessarily the touchdown spots that I like the most. As I cooked up odds for a 3-pack, this was what I felt good with. There's some other things you could do here. I think they've juiced Gibbs so crazy, and they've juiced Amon-Ra St. Brown so crazy. Yeah. It's like it's tough to put them in certain things. So that's the reason why they're not here. It's not that I don't think they'll score. It's just that what the fuck? Like it's an insane amount of
if you wanted to add some seasoning on this, if you went 2 touchdowns passing for both the quarterbacks, that's
absolutely
like a doable type of thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Aaron Jones, he's just a better running back indoors. And that's always how it was funny because he played for Green Bay, but I love him in domes. The Detroit defense is just bad, bro. Like they're injured, but they're bad. And like the running back's been cooking them. So yeah, I'm just going to take Jones, and he'll probably catch the touchdown that he has. It'll probably be out of the backfield on a swing or something like that. But yeah, I like Jones for a touchdown in this. Jameson Williams has been on goddamn fire. Like, and they find so many crazy ass ways to get him the ball, bro. Like, and I seen like the what is it? The all 22 footage of his touchdown. And I get who was it where he just ran past every fucking body, bro. Like there's speed and then there's like NFL speed. Like you think you fast, like because you could beat your homie on a drunk night in the parking lot bar. Like
though, like there's NFL fast and then there's that next like some people like Tyreek Hill, he looks like he's running fast as shit.
Right.
Deshaun Jackson never looked like he was running fast.
And was running past everyone.
Player I ever seen in my life. It was such an effortless stride.
Yeah.
The fuck going, dog.
Yeah.
So like
Jameson reminds me of Deshaun. Yes.
Right.
And he's a little taller, which is kind of scary because he strides in that effortless manner. Like he ran through the Bears secondary. He just ran right down the middle. And like dude was running. He was trying to catch him. It like head back, assholes and elbows. He was running hard as shit. He couldn't do nothing with him. Just effortless glide. Like if you're not going to impede me at the line, I'm running right past you. And he's cooking right now. So I like him. Sam Laporta is my favorite tight end in the league. With all respect to Dallas Goedert, I love Dallas Goedert. I'm an Eagles fan. Clearly, that's my guy. Like, Sam Laporta is my favorite tight end.
And Brock Bowers have probably made people the most money this season
for sure.
And honorable mention for Njoku.
Yeah, I'm about to say Njoku and Laporta are my tight end MVPs this year.
And Jonnu Smith would be like the second team.
Yeah, Jonnu, I caught on Jonnu late, but Njoku, every time he got cooking, I was on him, and I've been riding Sam Laporta the whole year. I would be very surprised if we went back through these shows and we haven't cast Sam Laporta at least 5 times.
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
at least 5 times.
You catch him last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, now here's one of those ones that I like here. Craig Reynolds is the backup running back for the Detroit Lions. Craig Reynolds got 6 red zone carries or touches last week. He is the second running back. Yes, it is unlikely, but he's the second running back. Value on running back.
Like, there was plenty of weeks where you saw Gibbs and Montgomery both scored touchdowns.
There was a couple of weeks where they both scored 2.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not impossible. And Jordan Addison has just been kicking all the ass.
Yeah. And that's my thing. I like Reynolds because again, I think knowing that either A, they'll have a bye week, or B, they'll be playing next week, one way or another, Gibbs is like gonna be, his workload is gonna be tempered on some level, depending on the makeup of this game. So, and this game has the potential to be a crazy shootout, a lot of possessions, a lot of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm banking on that. That is my thought process, that there will be a lot of possessions in this game, and that at some point Craig will need to spell and be in there. Maybe a long Jahmyr Gibbs run, take him out for a sub. We go Craig Reynolds and get him in there.
They might feel more comfortable with Reynolds in the red zone.
True indeed, because he's a bigger back.
You know, Jahmyr is
slightly
a faster type. He ain't really the type 3 yards in the cloud of dust. So if they have those scenarios, you know, they could go Reynolds. They could do like play action to Laporta. Amon-Ra is one of those people who get open in the phone booth. They got options.
Do they ever?
My thing with this game is I need to see how my afternoon goes. Either this is going to be my last ditch effort to make something, or I'm gonna be sitting pretty nice and decent and just have fuck you money based on all the tickets. Afternoon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I was thinking about this one. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna add this one. Not because and you know, I like this, like as Ty always laughs, this is my optional pick, but I put this in my ticket, right? And I want to show it to y'all because again, for these odds with the touches, I like it. Tyler Algier is the backup running back for the Falcons, but as you can see by his odds, plus 135, he is not very much treated like a backup in the odds. He will have carries, he will have attempts, he will have the chances. And in the red zone, in certain cases, depending on the situation that they hit, he splits kind of like, it's not 50-50. I would say it's more 60-40 towards Bijan, maybe even 65-35, but he gets plenty of red zone snaps. Brian Robinson, no explanation needed for that. He's the number 1 back for the Skins. Pardon me, the Commanders. I'm old. He's the number 1 back for the Commanders. Plus 105 with those odds are great. Kenneth Gainwell, we already know the Saquon story. And running back, if Philadelphia running backs kill the New York Giants, I might even take Gainwell for 2 touchdowns if I'm being honest.
The thing with Gainwell is like everybody knows you know the tush push type of thing, but he's an explosive type of dude. He can have a 10-20 yard just untouched run where he gets into the end zone, and to your point, he could have 2.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, this are sprinkles. These are not things I don't go put a whole lot on it. But if you got $1 to blow, put $1 on it.
Why not? Have it, these are not the ones he's making you take.
Well, let me find out you fucked up the other ones. No, no, but so that's the slate. Like I said, we kept it pretty light. Let's just get a quick review. I got Drake London, Adam Thielen, Bucky Irvin, and Mike Evans. This is a 4-pack, 2 from each game. You can play the game separately, mix and match them how you so choose. Jaden Daniels 2 touchdowns, Baker Mayfield throwing 2 touchdowns, Bo Nix throwing 2 touchdowns. Like I said, I just feel like the Bucks need that game. So do the Broncos, and Jaden wants that Rookie of the Year solidified. Ty with the incentive lean ticket, which I love, man. This is a great angle for week 18. We got Zach Ertz trying to make money with 5 catches and 60 yards. We got Kyler Murray trying to make money, going over 40 rushing yards. Kyler Murray also needs a rushing touchdown for it to hit another incentive. So if you wanted to play around with that one, you're more than welcome to give that a shot.
And to be clear, he needs 50 rushing yards. So there was no alt selection when I did this morning. But if you find one that has him at 50, that's what he needs to get the incentive. So over 40, you know.
Right on. Cortland Sutton over 81.5. Yeah. Here's my my kaboom of the week, because I like to bring y'all. I love to give y'all at least 150 to 1 every week. But this one I like a lot. Though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. For any times for these teams, for these quarterbacks, and these odds like this, yeah, go ahead and do this. Make sure you do them both straight.
And don't forget, if you want to throw some extra sizzle on there, if you take him for the first touchdown, which is also not impossible. That was 500 to 1. Yeah.
And you know what? And see, now I'm doing too much. I was about to say, and that if they 500 to 1 for the first, it's still going to be at least 12 to 1 for the first team if you put them together. Team. But anyway,
no, you're not doing too much at all, because it pisses me off the most if that happened and I didn't. It fucks around to be over 100, man. You know.
Yeah, so we'll definitely condone Tanner McKee and Carson Wentz touchdown prop bets today of any kind. In Tanner McKee's case, throwing $1 on him scoring 2 isn't an outrageous thing just because of what the Eagles do. I'm just throwing that out there. We'll move on though. More incentive tickets slash. Well, it's one incentive.
J.K. Dobbins has an incentive for 58 yards. They run pretty heavy in LA anyway, and Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers are just kicking much ass.
Just Georgia Bulldog getting the shit out of everybody is Ladd, and yeah.
So yep.
Yeah, so that's what's happening there. I like that one too. We got Craig Reynolds and Jordan Addison. Reynolds is a bit of a long shot. Addison is not as much, because Sam Darnold's throwing that rock all over the field, especially against Detroit. I definitely like Addison to crack the end zone today. Reynolds is their backup running back. I feel like they're going to temper some of the work for Gibbs and try and keep him fresh as possible, especially if for some reason they don't succeed this evening, even though I got Detroit winning just because they're at home. Who you got winning that game, Ty?
No, I have no idea, because it's so easy to think that Sam ain't going to do it, and then that motherfucker have 4 touchdown passes. Like, they have weapons, man. Like,
here's the thing. I don't even think that's how it's going to go. I think Sam's going to do it. Sam's going to cook. I don't know, that the innovation of the offense, and they always find a play and a way. And I feel like they will tonight. That's just, it's not because I don't believe. I very much see a 38-31 final or some shit like that.
Right.
Like that's what I see
written all over it. But I could be convinced either way.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. Again, I understand Jahmyr Gibbs. I understand Amon-Ra St. Brown. I understand Jettis. I understand all of those. If, as a matter of fact, you should put those 3 on a ticket and see what the odds are. It's probably a really good bet to put in with Gibbs, Jefferson, and Amon-Ra. That's not what we do here. What we do here is try and find good value for all other likely things where you can make a little more money. At least that's what I do with the touchdowns. So instead of taking that easy, chalky one, we're going to take a slight risk here and go Aaron Jones, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. Aaron Jones, again, I like him. I hate the Detroit defense right now. I'm taking, like, I don't know. Before it's all said and done, depending on what the afternoon looks like, I'm probably going to have some wild shit bet against Detroit's defense tonight, because I just don't like them very much. Because they're not healthy. Not because they're not good, because there's just not enough pieces there right now. Like I said, Jameson Williams is torching the world. Bro runs a sub 4.3. That shit is incredibly scary. Sam Laporta is just doing Sam Laporta things all year, and we're just going to assume that he's going to do that. The running back ticket, Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson, Kenneth Gainwell. Just good spots with good odds. That comes out to almost 10 to 1. Again, I will also take Gainwell for 2. Gainwell and McKee for 2. I don't see a whole lot of pitching the rock around the field in that Giants Eagles game. I mean, Giants Eagles game. So I definitely maybe even McKee and Gainwell on a little parlay, see what that comes out to. A lot of options here. But
yeah, and don't take our exuberance for quarterback scoring to mean that you should put your rent money on it. That's just my own stupid shit because I done made a lot of money on.
I'm about to say it's worked before, guys. That's why we do it.
It might happen. That's all we say.
No matter how you chop it.
With the Eagles being so tush push friendly, and it's not like we need to preserve Tanner McKee for next week. So like, he fucking ran Super Dave out there and just
do the thing, brother. Do the motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
But here's the hoping for us, at least. You know what I mean? Because based on the odds,
real quick, first team touchdown for Tanner McKee and Carson Wentz, 132-1.
Oh yeah, that's going up too, just for fun. Just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just for S's and G's, my boy.
Yes.
Nothing else to do. But here's the thing, right? We've enjoyed this season. Thank you, y'all, for those of you who have, pulled up, won some money with us. Thank you for those of you who doubted us, especially on the weeks we won money, because we got to laugh at y'all. That was fun too. But keep in mind, like I said, the playoffs start next week. The schedule is much more truncated. There are less games to pick from. There are less odds. There are less props, but more opportunities to win money. I can recall the year that the Chiefs beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, the first time, I believe, whatever year that was. I can recall during that playoff run funding a trip to Jamaica for my family for the most part, like on that playoff run alone, like capped by that Super Bowl. I went bananas. And every year during the playoffs, even if I had an awful regular season, I usually do pretty good in the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to it.
We do the show Saturday, so we can include the Saturday and Sunday playoff games, I'm thinking.
That was the text message you were going to get, but it's handled right here on air. Yes. Taylor the Fader will be joining you Saturday so that we can give you all the full playoff schedule, picks, and everything. We'll know all the matchups by the end of the day. Winners and updates coming. I did not do a good job of promo in this because I just didn't, and that's just how it happens sometimes. But y'all know what the fuck we at, bro. Taylor the Faded, bro. We appreciate y'all. We hope we make some money this week, and next week we definitely make some. Boy, I can't wait! I'm excited. Yeah, boy, because the Eagles play the Packers, right?
Well, it's not decided yet.
Oh, it's not. That's still up in the air.
Or the Commanders.
If it's the Eagles Packers game, is going to be so much money. Oh my God, that's going to be
nothing. I like our chances better against them than the Commanders. There's too much uncertainty with playing them 3 times and all that bullshit.
Right.
If you could just beat the Packers, I would. It's an easier sleep for me.
Right. All right, then, y'all. We out of here. Peace, amazing blessings. Taylor the Fader. We catch y'all next week. You already do.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's Taylor the Fader.